Alright, guys. So, it was sectional baseball time of year, and let's just say there's some things on here I don't get, and it drives me bonkers. Because I think it's horrible and a bunch of crap that it's even allowed to happen. But one guy here wearing headsets ain't enough. We'll start in Division 4, which I guess you could have the argument is all that's left of basically the last true small rural school division, but even that's debatable. Like, very debatable. But we also, D4 is the one where you get a lot of the fun, because there's truly a bunch of small rural farm boys playing ball. And you don't... Okay, baseball is a sport where you never know what's going to happen, but high school is arguably one where you definitely don't know what's going to happen, but it's still kind of predictable. Like, honestly, ways that you know it's predictable was in the Division 3 with what happened. That's why I'm saying it's too predictable with that one, but D4 gave us some fun because the little old Weston High School from the Ridge Valley Conference, as the 11 seed, got to sectionals before eventually the clock struck midnight on their sectional championship hopes, losing 8-1 to Ithaca. Also, congratulations to the Ithaca Bulldogs. They are going to state, represent the Ridge Valley and this area well, because you are the only team from the area to make it. Or at least the only team from the area I'm willing to acknowledge exist making it. Yes, you heard that correctly. There isn't geographically on a map another team who made it this far. But I'm not going to acknowledge them until I have to. But anyways, back to the Weston Silver Eagles topic, because that right there is baseball in a nutshell. This is baseball in a nutshell. Because they were the 11 seed. The 11-6, okay, I've seen an 11 seed win that before so many times. That didn't faze me. Slowly went on to face the 3-seeded Wazeeka Steuben. And Weston got to a regional title game against Cashton. I'm sitting here scratching my head, wondering what's happening, and then shook it off, going, yeah, baseball. Cracked a few jokes with some of my friends, questioning it, because they were always one of the worst schools, far back as I can remember. But hey, they were here. They're still dancing today at sectionals, because they beat Cashton to win a regional title. And then they ran into their conference friend, rival, foe, whatever you want to say, in Ithaca, because for track, it's Ithaca Weston, so odds are, the kids on the dugout, forget just knowing each other from conference play and all that, knew each other, period. But, yeah, that's just an example of small town baseball, if you get hot at the right time, you do good. But, we have Ithaca going to the state. From the other side of the state for small schools, we got Pectacona in D4. And then we got McDonald Catholic. Can't have a state tournament without at least one Catholic school, can we? And miraculously, they'll end up with the 1 seed somehow too. And we got Edgar. So there's your 4 teams in Division 4. I'm hoping Ithaca wins it because Ridge and Valley, local, it'll be fun to talk about. Division 3, well, this, I don't know why it's even allowed to happen. Like, I do not know why we allow this. One-seeded Aquinas. Lacrosse Aquinas is what it says on the thing. Kind of like how Luther's Onalaska Luther, but they just shorten it saying Luther. I want to know, why is it Aquinas, who spent the entire regular season playing Division 1 and 2 schools in the Mississippi Valley Conference, only lost to Onalaska in the MVC, and they're in Division 3 with the likes of Whitehall, Bangor, Cuba City, appearance at state. I'm sorry, but if you ask me, some people are going to claim I'm biased. They always do. But why? Why do we have a private school that's shown they're capable of handling Divisions 1 and 2 in the smallest, like, second smallest bracket every year? Like, Poinet, they're in the middle of Timbuktu, but I've heard they're a fairly small area. Whitehall? Those kids from Whitehall, they just can't catch a break. In basketball, they had to go against Luther, and we all know what I think of that. Then they get rewarded in their regional title game. Oh yeah, have fun with the other private school in Aquinas. By the way, we're not going to tell you the fact that they play Division 1 and 2 all year, but here they are. So then they just casually float and cruise their way into sectionals. That's not right. This isn't right. But here we are. I guess the other sectional champion I'm looking at while I'm at it is Random Lake. Random Lake High School. Are they next to a really random lake and just said we're going to call it Random Lake High School? Because that's kind of random. See, St. Croix Falls is going to state. Kiel is going to state. West Salem lost to Altoona in the sectional title game. I kind of want to know, is there a sport they're actually not good at? Because football team made it to state. I think their volleyball team got to like sectionals. Their cross country team got state because it seems everybody gets to that basically. Let's see what else. Their boys and girls basketball teams went to state. Their they sent some wrestlers to state. Their gymnasts went to state. Their softball team lost in sectionals. Their baseball team lost in the sectional title game. Their track team was at state. What are they not good at? Or should we just roll with it? Because at least it's, yeah. So there's the, what I think of that aspect. Also, the Crescent Lancers, they were also still standing. They just needed one win over Minnesota. It's apparently double elim and not just win or go home, which that makes no sense. Playoffs means win or go home, but to each their own. But they needed one win to go to state. 2 losses later, their season's over. Looked like they were good games from what I saw. But, yeah. The other aspect I'm going to look at on here is when I'm watching my local media stuff for sports stuff, I'm just going to say this. I don't want to see the entire sports segment be the highlights of Aquinas, and then we're going to be blaring interviews from them. It's like, come on, man. We had West Salem playing. You didn't do that for them. You didn't do that for the Crescent. You guys didn't even acknowledge that Ithaca and Weston existed. So yeah. We did used to have somebody, I'm not going to use their names, but we know who it is I'm implying here. We did used to have somebody in the area, on our airwaves, who would talk about them. Before I even had this idea. He would make sure everybody got some sort of acknowledgement, because student athletes work their butts off. But if you ask the Tribune, Channel 8, Channel 19, the radio stations, if it's not Aquinas, Central, Onalaska, Holman, maybe Logan, or whatever, you don't exist. I hate to break it to you, but if you're basically not a private school or the MVC, people are going to say you don't exist, really, and just act like they didn't know you were there. So, on that note, when it comes to local baseball stuff, congratulations, Ithaca. You are this area's only team that made it. Because we should not have a Division II school. Maybe even a very small low-end D1 school like Aquinas beating up on Bangor. But yet, here we are.